Hey, it's Beverly. I'm your host from Why Later When You Can Do It Now podcast. Here we talk about a lot of stuff from life in our early 20s, mental health, adventure and travel, to conversations about adulting, friendships, relationships, and many more. So let's hang out with me and enjoy this episode. Why Later When You Can Do It Now? Hey, it's Beverly. I'm your host from Why Later When You Can Do It Now podcast. Here we talk about a lot of stuff from life in our early 20s, mental health, adventure and travel, to conversations about adulting, friendships, relationships, and many more. So let's hang out with me and enjoy this episode. Why Later When You Can Do It Now? Hello, you guys. It's Beverly, and welcome back to Why Later When You Can Do It Now podcast. I know it's been a while since I haven't given you guys an update. It's been a pretty hectic weeks. This past 3 weeks has been very, very hectic. I went to Coachella and I got sick for about 2 weeks. I'm still sick now, so excuse me if I might cough in this episode a little bit. But yeah, today we're going to talk about something that often people our age in our 20s struggle with the limited amount of resources we have. And in our 20s, we are often, doing both a job and going to school together. We have limited resources and we are given a choice between things versus experience. That's what we're going to talk about today. Experience versus things. What are your thoughts on it? What are you choosing between two of those? Are you doing both? Are you doing one of them? For me personally, I want to do both, but with the amount of limited resources I have now, I can only choose one of them. So, yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. I really hope you guys will enjoy this episode. I have always dreamed of talking about this topic. This topic, today's episode is going to be special. Also, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, go check my past two episodes. I really hope you guys will enjoy those episodes as well. And don't forget to give this podcast a 5-star rating if you could, so that I could reach more people. We can all lift each other's up. So, yeah, let's get into it. Experience versus things. First, say your birthday is coming up in about a month. You haven't enough saving to buy yourself something. You are giving yourself an option between choosing a nice Louis Vuitton bag that you always wanted to buy or a trip to Tulum, Mexico with your friends. Yeah, what are you choosing? The bag, the Louis Vuitton bag, or the trip to Tulum with your friends? I will personally choose Tulum trip. I know the Tulum trip will only last me 2 to 3 days, and then once it's done, I'm back to California and back to work. Or if I want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag, it will last me like about 10 plus years unless I broke it or someone stole it or I sold them, you know. So, but I'm choosing the Tulum trip instead. I know a lot of people will maybe choose the Louis Vuitton bag because that's what I will been wanting for so long. I always wanted a luxury bag, but I don't have one of them. Not yet, but like I'm working on it. For now, I don't really have something in mind like a bag that I want, except some like one of the diesel bags. But I don't know if I should buy it just because like it's like 500 bucks for like a mini purse. Yeah, that's not worth it. That's a flight trip to Hawaii or to Tulu, Mexico as well. So yeah, I would rather choose a trip instead of the things. If I could do both, I will do both. I want to do both. I want to buy a nice thing for myself for my birthday because my birthday is this month apparently, and I also wanted to do a nice trip to Mexico, whether it's Tulum or Cancun or any parts of South America or the Caribbean. It's very nice out there. I always wanted to make a trip out there, but yeah, I can't really do both. I can only choose one of them, experience versus things. So yeah, I'm choosing experience. I don't really have anything in mind right now. I am for sure going to EDC Las Vegas, which is coming in 2 weeks. So EDC Las Vegas, it's some week before my birthday. So what am I gonna do for my birthday? Am I gonna buy myself something nice or do another trip? I don't know yet, but we'll see. But my savings now are going to EDC Las Vegas for now, just because like it's a lot of money. Not only the tickets, we're gonna use our money for gas, for a trip, for the hotel, for Airbnb, and for the foods and stuff. So it's gonna be a lot of money. It's going to be about maybe like around $800. I feel like that's a lot. I mean, $800 for a person is a lot considering Las Vegas prices. You know, those drinks, a cup of drinks is like $50. If you guys have been to Vegas a lot, you know those prices are real crazy. Those cup of drinks of what you call it, those blue drinks, amigos or something. Like I paid $40 for that. Oh my goodness, I'm about to be broke. But yeah, I always wanted to go to EDC so bad. This is my first EDC. After accomplish going to EDC, I am really hoping to go to Tomorrowland in Belgium. I always wanted to go there since I would say since I was like 14. I always wanted to go to Tomorrowland. That's my dream rave. Despite me choosing experience over things for my birthday, I feel like I don't really have anything in mind of like things that I would buy, like luxury things, just because I don't really have those friends that has those high-end products or like high-end, designer bags or fashion stuff. I don't really have those friends like that, and which explains I'm not into those classy style yet. Probably when I get older, I will be more into it. But for now, I'm more into like street style and stuff. So I'm not really interested in those designer bags and clothing. Not into that yet. But yeah, I feel like that explains a lot. Studies have shown that experience will give you more happiness and satisfaction. This is because experience is something you will mostly remember. For example, you go on a trip or a festival with your friends, it gives you a sense of nostalgia in the future. After the event is even over, you connect more with your friends and you get to meet new people. Experience will also give more value to us, whereas physical items depreciate its value. So experience also correlates with our personality. For example, you show people that you have a nice car or bag. People can't really tell your personality with those, right? But they will be able to when you show them the experience you have. For example, I met someone and he or she told me that they had a solo trip across Asia. And yeah, I can really tell their personality through that. I could tell their distinct personality that they are adventurous, risk taker, problem solver, and I would say that they are friendly, of course, because they would communicate with different people from different countries. And yeah, they have to find ways for themselves to go back and forth from hotel or to the airport or to different places. Solo traveling is not easy. I can really tell someone's personality from their experience as a solo traveler, but I cannot really tell someone's full personality from the physical things that they have. For example, they have a nice car, they have a nice modified car, they have a nice designer bags. I cannot really tell their personality. I can tell their personality a little bit. I can, but I cannot really tell their personality fully. So you get what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, buying things can also bring you experience as well. For example, you want to buy expensive perfume that smells real good and is worth your money. You went to the club and you received compliments. You make new friends. You probably met a guy, you probably met a girl, and you talk and you had the best experience, best night ever in the club. See, things can buy you a nice experience too. Or also, if you have a nice thing, if you buy something nice for the first time ever, in the future, you'll remember that you bought that with your own money the first time you bought luxury bag by your own, and you still have it in your closet 10 year later. Things can also bring you happiness as well. So don't get me wrong, things will also bring you happiness. But what I'm going to repeat, that experience is proven by studies that it has better benefits than things. If you have to choose between things versus experience, I'll say go with experience. If you can do both, then do both. But everything is up to you. Every people has different taste and different preferences. So yeah, but for me myself, with the free spirited, I am a free spirited person. I would do experience rather than things. Also, I would also want to buy a nice luxury bag. I've heard that luxury bag can also become a investment. So maybe I would rather save my money up and then buy something that is timeless, not buy something that will probably lose its trend or popularity in like 5 years. You get what I'm saying? I want to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. I want to buy a Prada or Dior bag that is timeless. If I'm rich enough in the future, I can buy myself an own Birkin. And then if I resell those, I make myself own money. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, right? Who knows? Who knows? I want to do both. I want to travel to Tulum, Mexico and bring a Birkin with me. Yeah, that's what I want to do. But for now, like I can only choose one. Sometimes it's okay to be delusional as me. You're fine. There's no problem to be delusional. You have to believe that you can reach those big things. I also want to tell you guys how I manage my money, how I pay myself back through my hard work. So, if I could afford right now a concert ticket or a trip, I have to tell myself that if that's about 10% of my money, then I can afford it. If it's not 10% of my money that I have in my bank right now, then I cannot afford it. So, for example, a Tulum trip is $1,000. Okay. So I have to have at least $10,000 on my bank. Why? You know, you guys gotta know those life hacks and the importance of managing your money. Um, you do have to have enough money for emergency. For example, 2 years ago, I was unemployed and I applied for jobs all around the town. Nobody accepted me. And I didn't work for 2 months, but I still feed myself. I still have the money to buy myself food because I have the savings. Or also, for say, you might hit someone on a car crash and then you don't have the money to pay them back. You gotta have those emergency money. That's why those trips or those things that you want to buy has to be around 10%. If that's over 10%, girl, it's time to accept it. It's time to accept that you tell yourself that you cannot afford it. Maybe later. Don't push yourself too hard. You got to have those savings in your banks. How about if you get fired? How about if you get sick and you have to pay the hospital bills? Please save yourself first. Those things, those experience will come back again, but emergency stuff are so hard to face. So if something goes around 25% of my money, I stop myself there and tell myself nicely that I unfortunately cannot afford that. And I will tell myself that it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to not being able to afford something. But I will always also tell myself that I will get there someday. Well, that's what keeping me motivated to work and save my money. I have those dreams too. I want to buy a nice car in the future. My dream car is Toyota Supra, but right now I do not want to pay $800 a month for 6 years for a car. I don't think that's a very wise decision as a 20-year-old. Maybe when I get older and have more income, then probably I'll do it. But now, No, I'm not doing that. I'm not living with my parents. If I live with my parents and they feed me, I would probably do that. But even so, I'm not doing that because I would rather save my money and move elsewhere, move out from my parents. I don't want to burden my parents anymore when I'm in my 20s. You get what I mean? Here's a tip for you guys. Do not do things out of abundance, meaning spend for things and experience as much as you could, but do not do it beyond your means. Know what you can and you cannot afford. Don't try so hard to impress others, but then you're burdening yourself. It does not feel nice, right? Also, if you want to show others your achievements, for example, I show others on social media the trips that I've been to or the raves that I've been to, like Coachella and like others, like other raves. I would show them on Instagram. I would not feel bad. I should not feel bad. I am showing them to motivate them, not to impress them. I'm showing them that this is the result of my hard work because I overshare on social media. I complain or I become vulnerable on social media a lot. I tell them about my experience at work, at school, at life, at home, and then I show them the result of those hardships. It's okay. It's okay if you want to show off your car, your bag. It's okay. As long as you do it for the purpose of motivating others rather than to impress others. Don't try to please others just because you're afraid that others may perceive you as being bragging or stuff. If you want to show it, just show it off. It's okay as long as what I told you earlier. Try to show it off as in giving up motivation instead of impressing or bragging. Also, even though that I may afford those nice trips, nice festivals, nice experiences and stuff, I honestly don't have like a nice car. I have a decent car that can take me from point A to point B, but I don't have that nice of a car and I don't have a nice housing. I live in a cheap ass apartment. And the reason I do that now in my 20s is because I would rather choose an affordable housing and then save my money for trips instead. Maybe when I get older in the future in my 30s, I would probably choose a better housing option instead, since I will probably put my focus more on career and retirement on my 30s, 40s, 50s. I would choose a better housing option, a better place, a more comfortable place to stay when I get older. But for now, like I still have the excitement, I still have the energy to explore and find out new things. So I would just save my money on housing and a car. I just buy a affordable car, affordable housing, and then use my money on something else like nice trips or festivals and stuff. Here's my opinion. In your 20s, you should just focus yourself on choosing experience over things. Just because like this, when you once you get older, you will have family. You may not have the time to enjoy trips by yourself. You will have the time to shop, with your kids and stuff and your partners and buy nice things, buy nice car and buy nice luxury items. But the time for having yourself a nice trip, a nice festival concert will not come back once you have a family. You get what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. In your 20s or your early 30s, just choose experience over things with the limited amount of resources you have now. I will choose experience over things. I want to do both. I want to do both honestly, but I am trying hard right now actually to gain more to make more money and being able to afford both stuff, being able to um afford both luxury and experience. But yeah, I am still thankful though that I'm still provided with a roof on my head, food on the table. I'm still thankful that I have all that now. And also, don't forget to do it now. Why later when you can do it now? You always wanted that dream trip with your group friend. Do it now. Once you get older, you have family, you may go to trips with your future family, with your future kids, but that won't be as fun and exciting as the trip that you will have now with your friends. So do it now than later. Well, that sums up my opinion on experience versus things. I would rather choose experience. It has been proven by studies that it will benefit you better, and at least that's what I prefer now in my 20s. And what do you prefer? Things or experience in your 20s? Give me your thoughts, or hit me out on my DM and maybe tell me about why you would rather choose things versus experience. I would be delighted to learn about it. But yeah, guys, thank you for listening to today's episode. It's very short, it's not that long. 20 minutes of your day is not that bad. I will be seeing you guys on the next episode. I am really hoping that I will have a guest on the next episode, but I've been hitting up all people and no one seems to be my wanting to be my guest. I feel like everyone is busy. I mean, I'm busy. I can tell that everyone's busy. But if you guys ever wanted to be in my podcast show, just hit me up. Don't be shy. Why later when you can do it now? Do it now. Do it now. Hit me up on Instagram right now at underscore BEFFEE. And also, again, don't forget to give the show a rating so that I could reach out more people. We could all build a community here and help others, lift others up. And yeah, that's it, guys. I will be seeing you on the next episode, hopefully with a guest and a video. Maybe. Amen. But yeah, guys, I love you all. This is Why Later When You Can Do It Now podcast by Beverly Mambo. Goodbye.